Morning, yogis. Lovely to see you on the mat with me. So just begin either lying down or seated. What's your body telling you today? Last night, my yin class, the evening class, I felt very drawn to be very restorative, using more support than I perhaps normally needed. It's just like that was what I was feeling, and that's the energy that came. This morning, I'm feeling a little bit more vibrant and have a little bit more energy. Obviously charged the battery overnight. So just notice how you feel. We can go throughout our whole day not really kind of thinking about how charged up we are or whether we're depleted. And so it is every now and then, especially when we're on our mat, just think, have I got the energy to do loads today, or do I need to conserve and kind of draw in my energy? And it will shift all the time. You might be full of beans and then something just kind of hits you and stops you in your tracks as well at times. Let's just take a few breaths together. Nice deep inhale. And a lovely sigh. Let those shoulders just drop when you do that. Do it again. Root down. And we'll check through our chakras. It's almost like housekeeping. How do we feel in our root? Do we feel quite grounded today? How have we felt through the week? Have we felt a bit ungrounded and unsafe? Sacral, that lovely orange energy around the belly and the lower back for our emotional state. Check in with your solar plexus. How confident are you feeling at the moment? And then heart. Is your heart open, or has anything happened this week that's sort of closed you off a little bit? Just notice how far the doors are open wide. I like to think of it as a room. And in throat, have you felt like you've been able to communicate your views and your feelings, or have you been shut down or held back? You'll notice it in the throat, might just feel slightly dry or, just different. And then third eye and our crown, linked with our spirituality and our wisdom and our insight. And whatever happens to you throughout your week, you'll notice how they affect these little places very subtly. So we'll just take a lovely deep breath. If you're seated, just come into a lying position. We'll start with our stretches. And if you were seated, just have this moment just to connect with the mat and the floor. And when you're ready, on the inhale, the right arm up and over. We know how this normally feels. Let's just see how it's going to feel today. So lifting toes flexed into the foot and starting to really push into the heel and enjoying the stretch in the calf muscle. You can feel the tension in the knee and above in the thigh above the knee. Really reaching up with the hand, stretching the fingers, and now point the toes. And just pause here, enjoying this stretch. And when you're ready on the exhale, we'll just let that arm float down, palms up for a moment, just simply notice the difference. You might feel longer on the right and slightly shorter on the left. Let's do the same the other side. Inhale, our left arm. Even as you bring the arm over, notice how it feels through the armpit and any part down the side of the body. Let's flex the foot and enjoy this stretch. Feeling active, feeling the tension, pointing toes. And then exhale, arm down. Have a moment, just take a breath here. And then both arms up and over. And this is where I like to just tuck the chin in ever so gently, really lengthen through the neck, and then enjoy a nice flex and point and flex and point of the toes. Notice how it feels around your ribs as you stretch up. And exhale, arms down. Sometimes you'll find that you really enjoy the stretch there and really full out stretch, and other times you might just be very gentle in them. Again, another kind of show of how your energy is today. So draw right knee in, hands round the shin, deep breath. Exhale as we come up. Really follow the whole breath out the body. Don't leave half the breath in. Hold the breath out. Inhale when you're ready to come down. Other side. Lovely deep breath. Exhale as we come up. And an inhale when you're ready to come down. A third time, both knees in. Deep breath. Filling the belly and the lungs. Let's come up. Follow all the breath out of the body. And then inhale, come down, gently rock. Feeling good. Even if you're not feeling good, just say it to yourself. I'm feeling good. I like myself. Have a little roll on the back. And then join me coming up seated. We'll do our warm up. And coming to Chin Mudra. Have a few moments again just to reground yourself. And we'll take the chin down. Pausing, just feeling whatever we're feeling today. Are you holding a lot on your shoulders at the moment? Are there a lot of burdens that you're carrying in life? Or have they freed up a little bit and it's feeling lighter there? Let's take the chin up. And then down again. Very simple movement. Notice what nerves you feel as you bring the head down, where you're feeling this stretch. And once more up. And centre. A tilting head right, left. And really just noticing in this short pause what you're feeling. And then coming back to centre, we'll twist to look over the right shoulder, trying to keep the body forward and then left. Do this a couple of times. Notice if your breath has become quite shallow and very chest-centred. See if you can bring the breath to belly. Let's come back to centre and then take the chin down and rotate all the way around, just once each way. What do you feel today that you might not have felt last time? Being the witness of what you're feeling, and in a physical and an emotional sense. When you're ready, just blink the eyes open, come back, and we'll take the hands out in front and then thumbs in, thumbs out. Give our hands a little workout, fingers, all the joints, and then palms up, down. How refreshing it feels to really notice the wrists, whether it feels nicer to bring the hands down or up, and then rotating. Another way. You might find that either hand has a little click in it. Palms up, deep breath in. Belly and chest, exhale. And again. But tune into your elbows. Do they feel balanced? Or is one a little bit sore? And then rotating. Loving your body, loving all the areas that we're moving. Hands, elbows, shoulders, and then the other way. Lovely. And release. Just, if you're on cushions, just pop them aside. Dandasana, work the lower body. So as we draw our awareness to our toes, opening and closing, just giving them a wiggle. And just having a thankful moment for our toes, and then our feet as we flex and point. We take all these for granted, don't we? And then one foot over the other. And other way. Swapping legs. And enjoying a few deep breaths here as well as we do this. And then right knee. It's interesting, as you work through your body, all of these joints, how many of them have had a little click or a funny noise? I would say both my wrists, my ankles, and this right knee always has a little bit of a musical sound to it whenever I move it. And the shoulder, right shoulder. Not so much the left. Just notice in yourself if you have those funny little clicks. And then left hip. Other way. Feet together. Let's have a stretching butterfly. And just relax into this one. Doesn't have to be rigid. I just want you to soften, feel into the inner thighs and outer hips. This is lovely and stimulating for liver and gallbladder, which is the season that we're in with spring, the wood element, liver and gallbladder. Notice what tension you're holding in the head and neck. As you allow the head to become a little bit heavier, just feeling that nice stretch in the neck and shoulders. And just for a moment, can you relax your face? Only when we draw our attention to these areas do we actually notice that we're really holding a load of tension here. So I'd like to start with some seated balances actually. So we'll hold on to our toes, still in this pose, and gently lift up. Hold on to your toes all around the back of your feet actually, it might be a little bit more comfortable. And I just want to come into the stillness of this pose. How still are you connected to the mat? And then we'll take, if you grab onto your right foot, just holding the left foot where you are, we'll just take that right leg out. It doesn't have to be straight. You might have a tight muscles through the back of your leg, and then come back. Just grab the other toe, we'll do the same thing. You might find that you're a little bit more flexible on the right than the left, or the other way around. Coming back, still in a balance, and come into flowering lotus. So take your hands underneath your lower legs and just bring hands to chin mudra. And the feet can just rest together like we're in butterfly but raised, and just see if you can find a nice stillness here. Can you close your eyes and still be comfortable? And breathe into the belly. Really quite a lovely pose. How long could you stay here? And then we'll just gently lower down and release. And come into boat pose. I'm just going to shift this way. But we'll start with half boat pose first. So just bend into your left leg like we still were in butterfly. Have a nice tall back. And then we're just going to come up in half boat. So we've got the left leg still on the mat. And just bringing that right leg up. And then just lower down. We'll swap sides. So just bend into the right knee, resting that right leg still on the mat with a lovely tall spine, tilting back, coming into boat. Still having that very gentle engagement in the belly. Notice if your leg starts to shake, and then just lowering down. And then we'll come into a full boat pose. You can start by holding the backs of your thighs, but we are going to release the hands. But sometimes it's quite nice just to get that kind of tilt backwards, gentle engagement, and then coming into boat pose. Half boat, again, this is half boat by having the legs parallel to the mat rather than stretched up. Let's take one more breath. And just gently lower. Give your legs a little rub at the top of the legs if that's where you're feeling it. And then we're just going to swivel onto hands and knees and warm up the spine. Cat-cow. I'll leave it up to you whether you would like to do it where we just start at the tailbone and then move up to the head, or whether you'd like to move the tailbone and the head at the same time. So when you are ready, and whatever you feel like today, on the exhale we're arching up, and on the inhale belly drops, or that gentle movement from one end of the spine to the top. Just close your eyes and go inward. What do you notice as you move your spine? Where does any sensation radiate out through your body? Is there always one spot that you can feel a little bit tender in? And we'll just do 2 more. And gently coming back. Just come into Hatha and take the knees wide. We're really going to sink the forehead down and the chest down. And take some deep breaths. Enjoy kind of creeping your hands forward if you're on a sticky mat. And you can really kind of creep the fingertips forward and the arms are lifted, and you can get a lovely stretch under the armpit, pulling away at the shoulder blades. And some deep breaths and really feeling the ribs move and the muscles around the back. Okay, when you're ready, just relax the arms. We're going to come up into puppy. So bringing knees together and into this lovely melting heart pose. Bringing head down and still a lovely stretch forward with the arms. Can you relax the abdomen and the belly? Are you tight there? And how tight are you through the upper back and your shoulders? Can you let the chest sink and soften around the shoulders? Notice if you're tight in your calf muscles and the backs of your thighs and buttocks. And then when you're ready, we'll just walk the hands back. Come into Thunderbolt, which is literally just sitting back on our heels. Caesar, as we call this in Yin. And just have a lovely moment here. This is also a lovely pose for meditation. It stretches through our knees and the tops of our ankles and tops of our feet. Take a few breaths. How comfortable are you here? Notice how much you maybe want to curl the tailbone under and how much you change in the lumbar spine for that comfortable position. And then we'll just gently take the heels slightly wider than the buttocks as we come into hero. If there's any issues with knees and the rotation of the knee is a problem, don't do this one. But just notice if it's something that you can do, and just let the sort of bottom hang between your heels. It won't touch the mat necessarily. Some people can sit like this with their feet really out to the side, really quite comfortably, but not everybody's body's going to move that way. And then just coming back into hero, so the heels are under the buttocks. We'll turn the toes under, enjoy a lovely stretch through the plantar of our feet. Let's turn the hands back towards the fingers towards the toes and stretch through the inner part of our arms, lung and heart channel. And bring the palms back round the front and we'll come up to standing. So many little stretches that we can do on the way to coming up to standing. We're going to come into eagle pose, a lovely balance with our arms, so heart energy and root energy. Let's begin just in Tadasana, because it's always good just to have that grounding pose to get ourselves into that feeling of that we are safe and stable. Lift the arches of your feet if you need to, and imagine someone's pulling you up from the crown of your head. So weight into the right foot. We're going to take the left foot across, and then we'll bring the left arm in front and the right arm on top, and just twizzling them round. When you're ready, bringing that left foot away, curling round the back if you can. If you can't, don't worry, just bring the foot away from the mat and leaning forward. Come to humble eagle, pushing the bottom out, nice flat back, looking ahead of you, drishti. And notice if your breath is all just in the chest. Bring the breath to belly. Lovely, coming up and release. Take the arms wide and give yourself a hug. Nice little sway. Sometimes we don't get a hug in a day and it's quite nice to hug yourself. Oops. Let's do the other side. Left leg, take the right toes across. Feel stable and grounded before we move, and then right arm, left on top, clasping the base of that palm, and then same again, bringing the foot away, bending into the knee, coming forwards. Humble eagle. Breathing to belly. Lovely, coming up. Gently release, arms wide. And then another little hug. Try and do the opposite arms. Oh, that feels really nice. You know when children do this, don't they? And release, moving the arms. Okay, let's come into sun salutation. Encourage the sun to come out a little bit more today. We've got a glimpse of it. Top of the mat, hands to heart, and a lovely deep breath in as we ground. And release. Salute our beautiful sun. Coming forwards, flattening the back. Hands down, right leg back. And just come into this pose. Let's just take a breath here as we really drop the hips and the pelvis down and get a lovely stretch in the top hip flexors into down dog. Feeling strong through our arms and grounding our hands here. Lovely deep breath in. And follow the exhale as we come down and back. Breathing into Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Strong arms, elbows, shoulders. Coming up. Down dog. Right foot forwards. Nope, sorry, left foot forwards. Keeping on your toes there. Gazing up. And feet together. Sweeping up. And other side, lovely deep inhale. Exhale, arms down. Inhale up. Folding forwards. And flattening the back. Left leg back. Again, let's just take a pause here. Just a breath or maybe two. Deep inhale, exhale. And down dog. Inhale. A full exhale. As we come all the way back, all the air leaves the lungs. Breathing to cobra. Exhale to down dog. And then now the right foot forwards. You can do these for years and years and years and still get your left right and wrong sometimes. Hands to heart. Okay, that's the sun salutation. I'd like to do the moon one where we flow across the mat. So just come slightly to the right of your off-centre of the mat. Bringing hands to heart. And we'll just flow across. Deep inhale, arms up. Exhale, leaning outwards. Inhale, centre, exhale, leaning the other way. We're not going to rush this. We can really do this with the breath. Coming back up. Come into goddess squat, centre of your mat. How low can we go? Gently lifting up into Trikonasana towards your left. Opening up. Notice as you come down any little twinges or sensations you feel. And then bringing that right shoulder forward as we bring the right hip forward into pyramid. Again, just take a breath here and notice that lovely stretch you get through the back of your leg. We're stimulating bladder channel here. And then as we come down into a low lunge and crescent, really dipping those hips. We felt this earlier. Hands to the inside of that top foot as we swivel around to a side lunge here. And take a moment to pause. Come into a flex in this foot. And then we're just going to swivel over to the other side. And again, just pause here. The inside that you feel on this leg is liver, kidney and spleen. Rotate to the other side. Let's lunge down into a crescent. Feeling good. Hands to mat. Pyramid. Just take a moment to get your balance. Lovely stretch through the back of that right leg, opening up to triangle. And then coming up into goddess squat again. See if we can come lower. Really sinking down. Feel the burn. Just for a breath. Okay, and then bring your feet together. Left side. Inhale up. Exhale out. Through centre. Other side. And hands to heart. Got the heart pumping, feeling good. You can feel those stretches. Just take a moment in neutral, Shavasana. I could actually go on and do a few more of those, but one of each is lovely. Other days, one each of those is enough. Breathe. Enjoy filling your belly as you breathe. Bring that breath up into the chest and just imagine that your solar plexus, you're filling up your internal battery. Is like literally charging yourself. We've plugged in. Every breath that you take in, the bars on your battery are just increasing. Fully charging. Relax your shoulders, relax the neck. How do you feel? Where can you still feel pulsating through your body? The chi moving, prana moving. How clear is your mind? How in the moment has your mind been as well? When we're doing yoga, we're so focused on what we're doing in our breath. There's no making shopping lists, I hope. Draw the knees in. Lovely little rock. Massage your back. And we're going to come onto belly as we just progress from crocodile up to up dog. So let's start off in crocodile, taking the elbows way ahead of the shoulders to a point where you can just drop your forehead down onto your forearms. A lovely, gentle back bend here, still having an opening through the chest and easy to breathe. Enjoy pushing the belly against the mat as you breathe and then lifting the lower back. And then we'll just make a pillow come down, just feel the difference for a moment. Again, nice deep breaths, you can feel the back body open. And then coming up into Sphinx. Take a few breaths. You might feel this a little bit more in your lower back, and you might be holding a little bit more of a tension here. Just notice how much you can maybe soften. Are your buttocks tight and tense? Breathing into the area that is tender. And let's just gently lower, feeling that nice relief. The minute that you kind of release out of that pose, you can feel it let go. Really, as you breathe against your mat, push your belly into it so you can feel the breath come into the lower back. And then gently we're going to come up into Cobra. So bringing the hands slightly lower below the shoulders, coming up. Elbows are bent and tucked in, and the pubic bones still on the mat, just lifting the chest forward. Try not to hunch around the ears, just gazing forward, feeling that strength in your arms. And gently lower down. Almost do it slowly so it almost feels like you're coming down in a press up. Have a moment just to rest your cheek on a pillow or your chin. You might find that as you move through these different back bends that some are surprisingly more comfortable afterwards than others. Always surprises me. And then we're going to come into up dog. So hands even lower than where we were with Cobra. And then coming up. Arms are straight. Elbows more locked. Bringing the body away from the mat. Gazing forwards. Taking some deep breaths. Noticing what you're feeling, where you're feeling it. And then really when you're ready, just gently, almost in slow motion, we're going to work the arms here, is lower down like a press up. Chaturanga almost. And release. Make a pillow, relax. If you want your arms down by the side of your body, if that's more comfortable, please do. And as we've prepared the lower back, we're going to play with bow pose. So bending your knees, and if you can, reach behind you and grab the tops of your feet. We're going to just lift our body if this suits you. If this doesn't with your lower back, please don't do it. And when you're ready, inhale, coming up, bringing the legs away from the mat and the chest up. And you might not feel like you come very far. That's fine. And relax. Release your feet, just rest yourself down. And then we'll push ourselves back into child's pose. Either knees wide or together, wherever feels right. And you can just be soft here. If you want to just rest your forehead on your fists, or bring the head down low, whatever feels nice, whatever softens the lower back area. Breathing, relaxing. And gently lift the head up. Bring the hands back towards the body. Just swivel round so that we're coming to Dandasana. We'll do some seated twists. So we've come back with the body. Really kind of invigorated our spine there. So Some seated twists are always lovely. Have a lovely long length to your spine. And if we start with our feet flexed, bring the right foot over the left knee. Again, just kind of bring back that length into your spine as we hug around the front with our left arm and twist with the right. Lovely lift. And just see how this pose feels today. Every day a pose is going to feel different. Even though it's the same pose, it will be a different pose for you because you're a different person. Your digestive system may feel different based on the fact that emotions may be different for you. How you feel supported in life and through your spine might feel different. So just observe all the inner workings and dialogue as you sit in this lovely twist. Keep using the breath to explore it a bit more. And then when you're ready, let's just come back round the front. Relax the legs out in front of you. Give them a little wiggle if you want to. And then back to flexed feet. Left foot over right one. Lovely tall length. Right arm hugs, left one behind. This is really good for your confidence. If you're feeling a little bit low or someone said something that's battered you a little bit, come into a twist. It works so well with your solar plexus, which is your self-worth, confidence, feeling brave and courageous. Linked with that upper digestive system as well, so how we kind of assimilate life. And a wonderful pose also for squeezing out all the toxins that we're holding that might make us feel sluggish. Take another couple of breaths here and just see if there's any movement further into this twist. Where do you feel it? Sides of the body, back of the body, buttock or hip. And then when you're ready, we'll take a breath, come back round the front. Just take a moment to lie down, let our spine reset. Drop your shoulders and just allow the spine to gently soften. Where can you feel the vibrant energy? Is it the muscles close to the spine in your middle part of the back? Is it lower back or maybe upper? For me, it's middle back. The muscles all around that area are nice and tingly. So let's draw our knees in. Enjoy a hug. Let's come into a few softer poses maybe. Well, I'm going to give you the choice of just raising legs. So maybe a little cushion just wedged under the buttocks and raised legs. But if you'd like to come into shoulder stand, I know some of you really love it. Everyone has their favourite poses. Then we can. So lying with the knees bent, rolling the knees to forehead, support the back as you lift the legs up. Keep your head straight here always. Gazing at your toes. Sometimes it's lovely to come into this pose. Other times you might just feel, I'm simply going to raise the legs. If you want to come into plough, bring the feet behind you, you can. Wherever feels right. It's nice to know the variations of the poses so you can just move into them if you want to. I'm going to just roll down and come back into raised legs. But stay in shoulder stand if you want to for a few more moments. Let ourselves feel the world from a different perspective. Someone else's point of view, maybe. And then when you're ready, just ever so gently support yourself coming out of either shoulder stand or the raised legs. Come into neutral for a moment, Shavasana. Again, just notice how long it takes you to really relax your back. It might take you 3 or 4 breaths before you feel sort of the ease of the muscles softening and your back kind of changes shape against the mat. And draw the knees in. We're going to come into a nice flowing bridge. So feet to mat, knees bent, and palms at the side. We just do 3 lovely flows where we just come up and come down with the breath, just to kind of soften our back as we end here. We'll do some breathing after this. So inhale, come up. Push into the mat, feel strong through buttocks and thighs. And as we exhale, we just roll ourselves down, starting at the top, keeping that tailbone curled under as we just let everything roll out. And again, exhale. And feeling the whole fullness of breath here. One more time. Placing each vertebrae down and extend into Shavasana. Perhaps you can feel a nice tingliness on the base of your feet and the plantar. And we have kidney 1 channel starts on the base of our foot. So let's draw our knees in. Come to seated. I'd like to just do a little bit of breath. Pranayama. And then we can relax. I'd like to do square breath today. Or box breath, you may have heard it called. So we will, like a box, we'll inhale, hold the breath in, exhale and hold the breath out. So we have both retentions, the inner retention and the external retention. I'll allow you to choose the count, but try and make it even. So if you breathe in for 4, hold it for 4, breathe out for 4, and then hold out for 4. Whatever feels more comfortable. We'll just rest our hands here and just do maybe a minute of just this breath. So inhale, hold, exhale, and hold. Carrying on. Notice when you breathe in and you hold whether your shoulders tense and lift. And on the exhale and the external retention, if they relax, just notice all how your body moves. We'll just do one more round. And just coming back, and we can relax now back to the mat. Or seated, wherever you're comfortable. Just have an awareness of whether you liked that breath or not, whether it felt stressful or challenging on your body, whether you preferred the inner retention or the external retention as well. It's nice to kind of observe whether you've liked something, what feels good. So begin to relax. Pulling over blankets, putting on your socks or hoodies. We've had a nice workout today, gentle, but we've stimulated the body in the masculine side with sun salutation, the feminine side with moon. Twisted, coming to some soft back bends. And just as important in the yoga as the movements on the mat is the rest as well. To be mindful as you lie in Shavasana or seated. Being still and silent is a powerful thing. It allows us to be inspired and have our answers come through. So as you relax, just going to read you a nice little piece to follow in your mind, field of colour. So as we're approaching spring, imagine you are walking in the country along a wide path on a sunny day. You feel the sun gently warm your back. All is well. On either side of you are open fields, fresh grass, all green, almost emerald, strong and upright. You close your eyes and breathe in the freshness. Breathe in the calm as you do this. When you open your eyes, on either side of you now are fields of cornflowers, a mass of blue, heads just reaching to the sky, bobbing in the gentle warm breeze. Close your eyes and breathe in the delicate shade of summer blue. Breathe in healing. And then when you open your eyes, on either side of you now are tall, upright sunflowers, heads like saucers bathing in the summer sun. And as you close your eyes, breathe in that colour yellow and breathe in the feeling of vitality. Feel this come into your solar plexus, charging you up even more. When you open your eyes, on either side of you, the fields are a crimson of poppies. And as you close your eyes, you breathe in that deep colour red. And with this, breathe in strength. Whatever you might need some strength for at the moment, just breathe that in. Feel that come into your root energy and fill with a lovely red. When you open your eyes, on either side of you are fields of lavender. Close your eyes and breathe in the delicate shade of mauve. You can almost smell this in your mind and breathe in stillness, this calm effect that lavender has on us. When you open your eyes, you have approached a wild meadow full of ox-eyed daisies, clovers, buttercups, thistles and dandelions. A gate leads inside the meadow, and on this summer day you feel the need to just lie down and rest. The soft grass is comfortable, dry and warm, and you lie down, feel the gentle sun on your face. A skylark sings above. You can hear the gentle rustling of the grasses. Your breathing is soft and slow, and your body eases into a deep relaxation. You feel yourself drifting, melting into the sounds of nature, the weaving of the breath in and out, the slow heartbeat, the warm earth supporting you, holding you, and then the silence, the stillness. All you're aware of is your body melting into relaxation. Just surrender into this relaxation. Breathe in the earth, the wildflowers, the skylark, and nature in all her splendour. All is well. All is well. And just sitting with this for a moment. When you're ready, you can just start to bring yourself back. There's no need to move just yet, just bring the breath back into consciousness. And you can gradually now start to wiggle fingers and toes. A few more deep breaths, feeling your body. How do you feel now after your practice? Has it shifted a certain mood? Relieved something physical? Or just cleared your head a little? Even if it's just for a moment. So anyone lying down, if you want to just draw the knees in for a nice hug, if you're already seated, you can just gently move and flex a little. Coming back into your day, looking forward to your day, and feeling good and vibrant and excited. What will today bring? So when you're ready, just take a time, join me seated. We'll chant 3 Oms. So bring fingers, thumbs to Chin Mudra. Gently let the eyes close if they're not already, and we'll take a lovely deep inhale. Just feeling that, maybe the little vibration through your lips at the end of the Om. And bringing hands together, let's rub the palms vigorously, feel the heat. And then palm the eyes. As you blink, let that warmth come through. And parting fingers to hands. Om Shanti. Namaste.